medallions on this building that was erected in 1914. And St Peter Julian's Church, which Chris tells me is pre-Conciliar.
Yeah, pre-Conciliar. It's an example of very particular Art Deco. It was renovated in recent years, and it's probably hard to see with the light. We're not going to go inside, of course. We've got this close up anyway. There are people in prayer in there, but it did have originally a sloped floor, and then where the back part of the sanctuary is, where those stairs across, was leading up into the sanctuary proper. Now you had choir stalls on either side, and then twin ambos, like a epistle side and a gospel side ambo. Because it was this was the Blessed Sacrament Fathers were here. They had a great devotion to the Blessed Sacrament. They were informed by the liturgical renewal movement. And so you had the twin ambos, which mimics some of those churches in Rome, great basilicas in Rome, like St Clemente. And then you had a high altar, where that darker area of you see the internal stained glass there, forming something of an apse. There was a high altar up against that. Now, above the high altar, you had a massive, impressive starburst with a big circle in the middle, and they would take the monstrance and they would go up and go behind the altar and behind the starburst, and the monstrance would sit in this circle. That actual starburst for which the monstrance sat in was after it was removed from this church, was borrowed for World Youth Day in 2008, and was used for benediction with Pope Benedict over in Randwick Racecourse.
So interesting. Maybe we can go inside and just have a quick look around.
You will about some of the artwork. We've got an interesting mosaic depiction of Perpetual Succor Our Lady. Also, this used to be a side altar over here. It's an unusual mosaic, so it's got small tiles on it, relief. Wow. So it's both relief and mosaic.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, the sanctuary used to end up here.
Wow. The Holy Spirit is a dove at the top there.
Yeah.
This is very Art Deco. Let's go on the other side.
Many have likened it to a TARDIS console. Doctor Who TARDIS.
That's so funny. Very interesting.
Joseph the Worker.
Yeah. And St Peter Julian.
Yes, St Peter Julian. If you can imagine the high altar up there, those dividers weren't there. You know, it was, and then there were actually another set of 3 steps that went up to the high altar.
Wow.
So it was very impressive. You know, it was a very wide liturgical space, you know, for which to carry out the church's rituals and ceremonies.
Yeah. Thank you for taking me there.